good evening, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Red Corner Boxing's Prediction League number 2. This programme is sponsored by EasyStories.com. For all your local nationwide needs, go to them. And of course, Octagon Blog. Check out them on X for your jackets, winter, summer. I mean, look at that one, for instance, made especially for a new line in clothing is Red Corner Boxing jackets, along with Octagon Blog. Check them out next. You'll get a good price. Right, welcome, gentlemen. League 2, just the two of you. It's 20 boxing and NB Rick.
Good evening.
So,
Good evening.
Good evening, boys. Let's get straight to it. We've got 14 fights. One's been called off. Another was supposed to be called off, but that's still going. But we'll give a prediction anyway. It's Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano first. The rematch from November last year, where Amanda Serrano lost by unanimous decision to Katie over 10 rounds. This is the trilogy. 20. What? Come to you first on that one, just to confirm what you said.
Yeah, I've gone for a draw. You know, I pick a draw every week in one, and there was several fights this weekend that I could have picked a draw with, but I don't know. I've just got a feeling it's going to be a draw. So yeah, draw for that one.
All right, mate. Thanks for that, Rick. What have you got?
I've gone for a Taylor majority decision.
Taylor majority decision. Right, fair enough. I've gone for a split decision for Taylor. I think you could be right there. 20 could be a draw, but I just think she's had 2 UDs now. I just think if she's going to win again, it would be a split this time, especially in America. Right, moving on to Ellie Scottney and Mercado. This is for a unified occasion. Ellie Scottney, 27, Great Britain Orthodox, 10 wins inside the distance. She was last out in January with a 10-round UD win over Miyamoto, who's 20-0. And it's Yamalev Mercado, Mexico, 24-5 inside the distance with 3 defeats. Last out in June, where she beat Ramla Ali over 10 rounds by UD. Scottney Mercado, 20, what you said?
Unanimous decision to Scottney.
You did indeed. And Rick?
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same.
And do you know what, gentlemen? I have as well. So that makes all 3 of us, and indeed everyone across the board, went for Scottney UD. Moving on to Alicia Baumgardner, this undisputed fight with Jennifer Miranda. Baumgardner, 31 now, 15 wins, 7 inside distance, 1 defeat. Last out in September with that no contest over Delphine Persoon, who was 49-3-0 at the time. Miranda's a 38-year-old Spaniard, 12 wins, 1 inside the distance, but she is unbeaten last out in October with a 10-round UD win over Teresa Almengok. Just to confirm, 20, you have gone for
Baumgardner TKO.
Knockout for Baumgardner. And Rick?
Yeah, I've gone for Baumgardner, but unanimous decision.
You've gone for UD as well. I've followed suit. Yeah, I've followed suit with you, Rick. I think it's going to be a hard fought. She's been out for 2 years now, or last year even. I just think she's going to. And this girl's unbeaten, never been stopped. So let's go on. Savannah Marshall. 20. I think she's 32 now. From Great Britain, 13 wins, 10 side distance, 1 defeat. Last out 2 years ago in July against Franchon Cruz de Zon. Shadiza Green's her opponent, 35 orthodox, 15 wins, 11 side distance, 1 defeat. Last out in November against Melinda Rockpool, who was 7-0 at the time. 20, you've gone for Marshall.
Yeah, TKO. I think Green's going to come forward. She's going to stand in the middle with her, and I think it'll be a cracking fight. But I think Marshall will just get the better of her and stop her with a nice right hook.
Nice big right hook, says 20. Rick?
Or I've gone for Marshall unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision for Savannah Marshall, says Rick. It could be. Sadeza Green's a tough old boot. But I've gone for Savannah Marshall stoppage. I think the power factor is going to come into effect here. And Savannah will be looking for her 11th knockout from 14 wins. Hopefully. Right, moving on. Shanika Johnson versus Sharetta Metcalf. Shanika Johnson, 30-year-old Australian, now 17 wins, 7 inside distance, 2 defeats. Last out in March for that TKO win over Neely Hughes. Sharetta Metcalf, 40 orthodox, 14 wins, 2 inside distance with the 4 defeats and the 1 draw. Last out in October with the UD win over Maya Yoshido to claim that IBF or to defend it, that IBF title. Back to you, 20. You went for
Shanika Johnson, unanimous decision.
Shanika Johnson, UD, and Rick?
I've got exactly the same.
Shanika Johnson by unanimous decision. I have gone for Sharetta Metcalf to outpoint the way she did against Yoshido. I think Shanika Johnson will be the pressure fighter. Metcalf's quite good off the back foot. So I've taken a bit of a gamble there because I'm so far behind. I've got to take some gambles in. You guys are absolutely killing it. You're not far behind Lee, who's in second place, and Ash in front of you is there. Right, moving on to the next fight. It's back to the men. It's William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson's 28 southpaw, 23 wins, 11 side distance. He's unbeaten. Last out in February with that 9th round TKO win over Josh Patrick. William Zepeda, 29 southpaw, also 33 wins, 27 inside the distance. Last out with that 12th round majority decision win over Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, I think you've missed that Chantel Cameron.
Yeah, I was going to say the Chantel Cameron.
I have indeed. Let's do this one first, and then I'll come back to the Chantel Cameron one. My apologies on that, boys. So, Stevenson Zepeda for 20. You went for.
Yeah, do you know what? I was umming and ahhing over this one. I was trying to think of like maybe getting some points, and Zepeda throws a lot of shots, and he just pure pressure. But I just think Stevenson's IQ and his feet are going to get him through, and so yeah, I've gone for a Stevenson unanimous decision.
Thanks, 20. And Rick?
I've actually gone for Zepeda unanimous decision myself.
Yeah,
you have indeed. 100 punch around guy. I think he's gonna. I noticed thing with Stevenson when he was getting hit off by Valdez at 130 pounds. It's no good off the back foot. I think Zepeda's going to overwhelm him, stop him. That's just me.
Yeah. Do you know what as well? Just to throw a quick caveat in there as well, with Turkey saying about this, he wants to see people fight and stuff. That was another thing that was maybe putting me towards Zepeda, because I thought maybe Stevenson is just thinking I'm going to have to stand there and fight with him just because of what Turkey's been saying. So, maybe you've got a good shout there, boys.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking pillow hands, 5 fractured hands. It's going to against this guy. Not good. Right, let's get back to the Chantel Cameron fight that I missed. It's the WBC interim belt. A super lightweight between Chantel Cameron and Jessica Kamara. Chantel Cameron, 34 now, 20 wins, 8 inside the distance with the 1 defeat. Last out in November of last year with a 10-round UD win over Patricia Bergholt. Her opponent, Jessica Kamara, Canadian, 37 orthodox. Moving up from lightweight, 14 wins, 3 inside distance, 4 defeats, 1 draw. Last out with that technical draw against Caroline Dubois at 135 pounds. Back to you, 20.
Yeah, I was going to go Cameron KO on this one, but she's a tough girl, that Kamara, so I'm going to go Cameron unanimous decision.
Okay then. Thanks very much. You, Rick?
Yeah, I'm in an R in, but I've actually gone for the TKO myself.
You have indeed. Thank you. And I've gone for a UD win for Cameron. Just too good at the end of the day. Let's move on to Alberto Puello, the 140-pound WBC champ, defended his title against Subriel Matias. Puello from Dominican Republic, 30-year-old southpaw, 24 wins, 10 inside distance. He's unbeaten. Last night with a split decision win against Sandor Martin in March to claim that title. Subriel Matias, Puerto Rico, 33 orthodox, 22 wins, 22 inside distance, 2 defeats. Last out with a TKO win in the 8th round against Gabriel Valenzuela in March. So back to you, 20, and you said...
Yeah. Matias TKO.
Oh, he's gone for Matias for the knockout. What do you say, Rick?
I've gone for, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it correctly, but Puello, UD.
Yeah. Puello by UD. I have gone for Puello by split decision, but I do get where 20 is coming from. That 22 knockouts from 22 wins is scary. Right. Moving on to super middleweight. This is Hamza Shiraz versus Edgar Berlanga. Shiraz, 26, orthodox, 21 wins, 17 inside distance with a 1 draw. No, he's unbeaten. Last out in February with that split decision draw, or split draw against Carlos Adames. Edgar Berlanga, Puerto Rico, 28, orthodox, 23 wins, 18 inside distance with that 1 defeat to you know who. Last out in March, TKO win in the first round against Jonathan Ortiz. I thought this is a very hard fight to actually predict, but 20, you've gone for.
I've gone for Berlanga TKO. Now, I sent you mine on Monday, and I've been watching some of the stuff this week, and I'm even more toward Berlanga TKO. I think Shiraz just looks nervous. Looks so nervous.
You can see it,
So,
can't
yeah,
you?
Berlanga TKO. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, mate. And Rick?
I mean, I was going to go with the same. I've just got a funny feeling that he's going to last it out. And I do believe that as he's one of Turkey's favourites, there's going to be a bit of a dubious scoreline again. So I've gone for a Berlanga SD.
Berlanga by split decision. So that is a change from your original prediction. You see that now. Right, I've gone for Berlanga straight knockout. I thought Shiraz was very lucky against Adames. The way he was getting tagged in the first 6 rounds, I think if that was to happen with Berlanga, it's good night, sweetheart. Right, let's move on. David Morrell versus Imam Kataev, who's been in the news for all sorts of really bad reasons today. But as we know, and it's until it's official, this fight will continue. It's a light heavyweight bout between David Morrell, Cuba, 27, southpaw, 11 wins, 9 inside distance with a 1 defeat. Last out in February, where he lost by UD over David Benavides. His opponent, Imam Kataev, he's from Australia. He's 30. He's an orthodox, 10 wins, 9 inside distance, unbeaten. Last out in March with a UD win over 10 rounds against Deval Palacio, who was 14-3-0. David Morrell, Kataev, 20, you said.
Morrell, unanimous decision. This was probably my other one that I would have picked a draw on if I wouldn't have gone the draw on the Katie Taylor one. But yeah, Morrell, unanimous decision.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And Rick, you have gone one better.
I've gone for Morrell TKO.
Absolutely tremendous stuff. Does he carry that power from 168 to 175? I do not know. I'm actually going for Kataev knockout. I need the points. That's my excuse.
Good luck.
I think I don't think Morrell's got it at 175 to knock people out. If Kataev wins, it absolutely destroys David Benavides' resume. So that's that. I'm the only one out of the 2 leagues, by the way, who's gone for Kataev. Wow. And he's a tough hombre. He's not the fastest, but he's tough. And he's a hard puncher to the body. Let's see if he can stop David Morrell. Right, moving on. Lester Martinez and Pierre de Bombe is off. We go to Eric Badillo for the super flyweight belt. Fight between Eric Badillo, Mexican, 29-year-old southpaw, 17 wins, 8 inside distance. He's unbeaten. Last out in November last year, the 8th round UD win over Miguel Herrera. And his opponent on Saturday is Gerardo Sabati from Nicaragua, who's 30, southpaw, 15 wins, 5 inside distance, 2 defeats, 1 draw. Last out in March for the 10-round UD win over Azael Velas. Right, back to you, 20. You said for this one...
Badillo, TKO.
You did. I like it. And Rick?
It seems to be going completely opposite. So I've gone for Badillo UD.
Badillo UD. I've also gone for a Badillo knockout. But you have friends, Rick, when the leaders who have both gone for Badillo UD as well. Ash went for a split for Zapata, the only one as well. So there is going to be some fluctuated scores this week. Moving on to Jonathan Fierro and Leobardo Quintana. Super featherweight affair. Fierro, 22-year-old Mexican, 18 wins, 16 side distance, 1 defeat. Last out in March where he was disqualified in the 6th round against Alexis Torres. Leobardo Quintana, Mexico, 22, 11 wins, 5 inside the distance, and he's unbeaten. Last out in May where a TKO went in the 4th round versus Pedro Delgado, who was 12, 13, and 1. Back to you, 20. For this fight, you have gone for...
Yeah, I've gone for a Quintana split. This is another one what could be a draw as well. But yeah, Quintana split.
Quintana by split. Thank you, mate. And Rick?
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same.
You have indeed. You're the only two in the whole league who've gone for Quintana. The rest have gone for a knockout.
We know what we're talking. We know what we're talking about, don't we, Rick?
Exactly.
We can show our faces. We can show our faces and give our
exactly
predictions.
Exactly that.
We have no shame.
Stand behind your face with your predictions. This is what we do here at Red Corner Boxing. Right, moving on to the penultimate fight. This is Jesus Valdez, Mexico, 25, orthodox, 23 wins, 16 inside the distance, but he's been beaten twice. He's up against Augustus Balbuena of Mexico, 13 wins, 5 inside distance, 4 defeats, 1 draw. Valdez was last out in March for a UD win over 10 rounds against Eric Robles. And Balbuena was last out in June of last year with a 10-round UD loss over Jose Terran. Valdez or Balbuena, you went 20.
Valdez, unanimous decision.
You did indeed. And Rick?
Yeah, I've gone for Valdez TKO.
You did indeed. Ash went TKO. Ryan and Lee went UD. I've gone for UD and also Jack. Right, the final fight, gentlemen. This is a bantamweight. This is Jose Cervantes, 22-year-old Mexican, 13 wins, 6 inside the distance with the 2 defeats. Last out in May with a 3rd-round TKO win over Luis Suarez, who was 23 and 1 at the time. A lovely resume. Right, his opponent is Gohan Garcia, 24-year-old Mexican, who's coming up from flyweight. He's got 18 wins, 3 inside the distance with 3 defeats and a draw. Last out in April with a TKO win in the 4th round versus Jose Torres. For the final fight of Fight Week 11, 20, you went for
Cervantes TKO. I think he takes him early as well.
Cervantes TKO. Thanks very much indeed. Rick, you went for?
I went for Cervantes UD.
As did I, sir. As did I. Just to highlight the draw situation for you, 20. Jack Hughes has gone for 2 draws in his predictions.
Oh, wow.
Quello and Matias, and he's gone for Cervantes and Garcia to be a draw. So I don't think you'll be getting much from trouble from Mr. Jack Hughes with them predictions. But look,
he knows his boxing, though.
He does indeed. He's taking some wild gambles to get back up the league. That's what we do here. But look, Rick, 20, thanks very much for coming through to Fight Week 11. We'll see you next week for Fight Week 12. But good luck this weekend. For all the people at home, this show sponsored by EasyStories.com, all your local nationwide needs, and of course, Octagon Blog, our newest sponsor. For all your fashion needs, it's there on X. Look at that. Can't stop there. Picking it up at Wembley. Can't wait. Jams is like that. He's going to be wearing that to bed. I know Jams. He'll wear it to bed. And everywhere he goes. Look, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming through. So guys, we'll see you next week. Good luck for this weekend.
See you later.
Cheers.
See you later.